When did a stranger's word stick with you for years? I was 17, working the graveyard shift at a 24-hour diner in the worst part of town. Mom had kicked me out 3 months earlier for refusing to lie to her boyfriend about where she hid her pills. Living in my beat-up Honda with $340 to my name, this job was all that stood between me and complete homelessness. The diner attracted the usual crowd: truck drivers, drunks sobering up, and people with nowhere else to go. I'd learned to keep my head down, pour coffee, and avoid eye contact. Most customers were harmless, just lonely, but some made my skin crawl with their lingering stares and inappropriate comments. It was 3:47 a.m. on a Tuesday when she walked in. An elderly woman, maybe 70, wearing a stained yellow coat and shoes held together with duct tape. Her gray hair hung in greasy strands, and she clutched a torn plastic bag like it contained treasures. Everything about her screamed homeless, mentally ill, someone to avoid. The other customers deliberately looked away when she passed their tables. She shuffled to the corner booth and sat down heavily, her joints creaking audibly. I grabbed the coffee pot, hoping she had enough money for a cup. As I approached, the smell hit me: unwashed body, old cigarettes, and something sour I couldn't identify. "Coffee?" I asked, keeping my distance. She looked up with startling blue eyes that seemed too clear for someone in her condition. "You're living in your car," she said matter-of-factly. I froze. "I'm sorry?" Red Honda, dented passenger door, parked behind the dumpster. Her voice was calm, certain. "Been watching you for 3 nights. You wash your face in the employee bathroom every morning before your shift ends." My blood ran cold. Was she stalking me? Planning something? I glanced around the empty diner, suddenly aware of how alone we were. The cook had stepped out for a smoke break. "Look, lady, I don't know what—" "Sit down," she interrupted. Something in her tone made me obey. I slid into the booth across from her, every muscle tense, ready to run. She studied my face with those unsettling eyes. "You think this is rock bottom," she said. "You think you've lost everything." I wanted to leave, but couldn't move. "You haven't," she continued. "But you will, soon. And when you do, you'll have a choice to make." "What are you talking about?" She reached into her plastic bag and pulled out a crumpled napkin. Written on it in shaky handwriting was my full name, my mom's address, and the date. But 3 weeks in the future. My hands started shaking. "How do you know my—" "In 18 days, you're going to get a phone call," she said, ignoring my question. "Someone's going to offer you something that seems like salvation. Easy money. A way out of sleeping in parking lots." She leaned forward, her eyes boring into mine. "Whatever you do, don't take it." I stared at the napkin. The date meant nothing to me, but seeing my name in her handwriting made my stomach twist into knots. "Why are you telling me this?" For the first time, she smiled. It wasn't comforting. "Because 23 years ago, someone gave me the same warning, and I didn't listen." She stood up, leaving a $20 bill on the table. "The coffee's on me," she said. "Use the rest for food. You're going to need your strength for what's coming." As she shuffled toward the door, I called out, "Wait! What happens if I don't listen?" She paused, her hand on the door handle. "You become me," she said without turning around. "And in 23 years, you'll be sitting in a diner at 4 a.m., trying to save some other stupid kid who won't listen either." The door chimed as she left. I sat there staring at the napkin until my shift ended, then drove to my usual parking spot behind the building. For the next 2 weeks, I kept the napkin in my wallet, checking it obsessively, counting down the days. 18 days later, my phone rang at exactly 11:17 p.m. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.